Welcome to Bond SEX. This is where X marks the spot to get you to the top. This is Lance, the Bargain Stock Bounty Hunter, back at you again with another great plays of the week. This is week 9, February 27th through March 3rd. Got Daz joining me today, and we're going to go through some great plays. And new to the channel, this is my kind of roadmap. Again, as you use a map to find the treasure, want to mark the X, to find out where to go. And so this is kind of my scanner. I scan quite a few stocks over the weekend, and kind of gives me a direction of where to go to the charts to start looking for some treasure, so to speak. So let's begin with the markets. I like to look at how the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange moves before we get started. And so we're going to zoom into the NASDAQ, on a 1 year, 1 day. And again, last week I mentioned in the video that it was a short week, so expect a little bit of a bloodbath. I expect a lot of pullbacks and some great buying opportunities, and we did see that. Pullback a lot more than I expected by Friday. I expected Friday to be somewhere around 11,653, and actually pulled all the way down to 11,394. So quite more pullback than I expected. But if you look here, let me zoom out just a hair. If you look here, it really just pulled back to support on the 180-day SMA. So we see that green line here, and I have this red line here, which is kind of projecting the direction of the SMA going forward. And so we see really all it did was pull back on the NASDAQ and support on the 180-day SMA, which is a good sign. So we do see some pullbacks, obviously, in the MACD and the momentum. What we want to see this week, though, we want to see if that will hold support, hold strong, and pull back up. And by Friday, somewhere around 11,450 to the 11,648. Expect a little bit maybe of a pull down below the 180-day SMA, but I expect it to pull back and try to pull back into a balance there. So again, what we see in the NASDAQ was pretty natural last week. I know a lot of people are panicking. Oh, this is we're going back into a bear market. I wouldn't jump the gun and say that necessarily just yet. There are some signs that could point to that, but I would say let's see how this week plays out. If we do see some support here and a pullback, we might be okay for a little bit. If we do see this fall down considerably, our next line of support looks like it'll be somewhere around the 10,690. So I expect that potentially, which would be a pretty strong pullback. So again, with that being said, we'll go into the New York Stock Exchange and see something very similar. Again, short week, looking at a 1 year, 1 day. And when we look at a 1 year, 1 day, again, these purple lines are what I call the cake band. This is where the stronghold of stock is. This is where the price wants to be. And we see, we know the New York Stock Exchange has been very much extended pretty strongly over the last couple months. So this, again, was a natural pullback. And you see very similar, it wants to pull back and hold to the 180-day SMA here. And so with the New York Stock Exchange, I didn't put a projection on here by Friday, so let's do that real quick. Sorry if I didn't do that. I would say by Friday, here, Friday, this one would be somewhere around just looking at the Williams alligators turning down. And this one is in a full bearish mode based on the green, the red, and the blue all crossed over, and the teals cross over the blue as well. So this one is going into full bearish mode. You see, it looks like a long pullback potential here. But I think by Friday, I would say, let me pull this down just a little bit more based on what I just said there. By Friday, I expect to be somewhere around the 1544 to 15,688, that range. So I might see a little bit of a pullback, but would not be surprised if this one is actually naturally wants to pull to touch off on this 180-day SMA in the next couple of weeks. So don't be surprised with that in the New York Stock Exchange, again, which will create a lot of good buying opportunities in equities, a lot of profitability in put options. So, all right, with all that being said, let's get into the plays of the week. So this week, got Colgate-Palmolive as a pretty good long-term hold play here. It's pulling in flat this week. 32 cents on sale at $73.45 true value. So let's look at what Colgate-Palmolive opportunity show. So Colgate obviously does hygiene products, and then with the connection with Palmolive, the same thing with hair products and skin products. So again, haven't called out Colgate before, so let's look at a 1 year, 1 day. So real quick glance at this one. Nice balance here in the trading. Look at the trading price here. Very stable, pretty balanced. Goes from 83, 81 high, and is touched off above 79.67 multiple times throughout within the last year. And then we see a low of 67.84 coming in on 10/10 of October 10th of last year. And then we see a strong pullback to get the balance sheet right on that one. And so, again, been below 72.04, a little bit there between October and early November. And then again, it can climb right back up into the 79.61 range. So right now, this week, we do see an opportunity. I like what I'm seeing in the MACD and the momentum here. I am seeing a little bit of manipulation going back to January 30th, 9 million shares trading around the 72.20 to the 73.73 range. I think it's 72.14 this week. Great opportunity. I see a little resistance in a 13-day EMA on the Williams Alligator. See a little bit of a pullback there. Great opportunity. The volume's ticking down. MACD and the convergence divergence is starting to pull up some. And again, the momentum looks pretty flat, but great opportunity still below or right at the midpoint. But at 72.14 by Friday, you can hold this one much longer. I believe 1.26%. Excuse me there. 1.26% to about 2.26%. So somewhere around that range. Not a whole lot of profit this week, but definitely a long-term hold. This one does pay dividends at 47 cents currently, and this one lost a little bit of profitability, but it is profitable. They didn't meet their estimated per share on their last earnings call. They were expected to make 76 cents per share. They only made 1 cent per share. That tells you the value of the stock has definitely dropped dramatically. But I definitely think anywhere between the 72.14, plan to average down below this cake range of 72.03, and definitely you can get in pretty well here. And you see the SMA moving right through the cake range here. We expect it to come back and want to attack that sometime in the near future. So that's my call out for Colgate-Palmolive, 72.14. That's what's your call out for Colgate this week?
I got down 68.45.
Nice price. Nice price. 68.45.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll get there, but if it does, I wouldn't. That's a good price to get in at.
You ever traded any Colgate-Palmolive before?
Nah, I haven't. I never did.
Okay. 68.45. Now you're getting that from this. Let's see. Let me go back a little, scan out. You getting that 68.45 back this?
I was on the 4-hour chart, 180 day.
Okay.
Playing off a little bit of demand in that zone.
So you do have some uncovered manipulation. It's questionable if it's manipulation or not, but you got some right here at 68.69 back on 10/11, almost 4 million shares. So I can definitely see that. I don't know about this week though, but I think next couple weeks, I think you might be onto something there. If he comes down to 68.45 this week, that's a steal. That's a steal. All right. Any more thoughts on Colgate-Palmolive? Yes.
No, not for me.
All right. Next on the list, and then we got quite a few this week, 6 or 7. Going in with Enovix this week, flat trend coming in at 15 cents on sale, $9.01 is the true value. Got a short-term trade opportunity with Enovix this week, and I'll show you why. And Enovix is a company that called out quite a few times in the last, I guess, going into the new year. So we'll come back and look at a couple of call outs we called it out at. Look, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. Let's go to a 30-day, 10-minute chart. Let's see previous call outs. No, I don't like that chart. Go to a 20-day, 1-hour chart. Giving me what I want to see here. And it's still not giving me what I want to see. Let's go to 90 days, 1-hour chart here. All right, here we go. That's what I want to see here. Let's go back to some previous call outs here. So Enovix was trading pretty well back in, it's around November, late November going into December. Called this one out 3 weeks in a row. Came down a price point, hit where I expected to be. Came down a price point, did not hit where I expected to be in December, and kept falling. Definitely came down a price point late in the week on what is that, middle of December. So this one's been continually falling since then. Great opportunity this week, though. I want to show you what I'm looking at this week, 1 year, 1 day. And so it had a low of $6.50 back on January 4th. See a lot of manipulation here. And we see the price slowly pump up since that price point. It's in a wave count of a -2 on the monthly, and entering this week going into March, it's not going to cover the balance sheet here. So it's going to be in a wave count of a -3 going into March. So I think it's a great opportunity, even if you still want to go long term. But I think this week, I like what I'm seeing at $8.09 based on this progressive line here. When you look at a splay of the last pullback in the last, I guess, last 6 months, we see some uncovered manipulation here at 9.55. So I think at 8.09, a pullback in the market this week, a lot of anticipation and a lot of rallying back. We can see the EMA for the Williams alligator. It's above the EMA on the daily. And we see the 5-day, 8-day wanting to cross on the 13-day. And so with that being said, I expect a pullback on 8.09, a potential by Friday of 9.05 to potentially 10.25 on a lot of hype and manipulation. And so let's see, that's about 11.6% to about 26.8% by Friday. So that's my call out for Enovix this week. We see a pullback on the MACD here, still above the midpoint, and the momentum's pointing down. So I expect to kind of capture this quick and then pull back up. So that's my call out for Enovix this week. That's what your call out for Enovix this week.
For me, I got down 807.
Man. Cheater. You looked at my, hacked into my computer, man.
No, I'm just playing off a 4-hour chart, man. From 7:58 to pretty much 8:09, maybe 8:28 if you want to be a little bit more ambitious. Bounce up from there pretty well. So
Okay. So you're looking at it from the 4-hour chart?
yeah, for the 809 reference, 807 reference, but
okay.
They got a big, my target is 1197 though.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Anything else on Enovix to ask?
No, I think this right here might be a winner though, overall, long term.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Next on the list is Tyson Foods. Long-term play opportunity here. Comes in at a -2 trend, slightly downturning over the last month. 61 cents on sale with a true value of $61.84. So let's look at Tyson's Food. Called that one out last week. Let's see what opportunities this one presents for us this week. So real quick, let's look at Tyson's Foods. I really like what happened with this one last week. I like what happened on one hand, but on the other hand, I hate what happened. So I called out at $60.08. Look at the low dash, $60.09. I missed it by a penny, and my alerts didn't go off or anything.
Was it pre-market?
Nah, that was at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh wow. Dang.
Yeah. So it came down before that at 8:30, came down to a low of $60.10 and hit $60.09. I was expecting $60.08. But it turned around pretty nicely. Even if you did get in, did come to where I expected to be by Friday. So you could have sold out at 4.4%. In 1 day, 2 days, you could have sold out at 4.8, 5.5 within a day or 2 days here. So a lot of opportunities to make some money for sure on that one last week. So that being said, still a great opportunity this week. Tyson Foods. I'm going to drop down my price point just a little bit. I see some resistance on the 13-day EMA last week. It's not a great sign for a breakthrough necessarily. It's a sign that it could definitely break through. It's wanting to break through the 13-day EMA in the future. So, but that pullback from the 13-day and then on Friday, stronger pullback lets me know that still some opportunity to get in on this one. I think it's 60.03. I'd rather get in this week. Since I missed the 60.08, I'm going to shoot for 60.03 this week, just based on the fact that it didn't hit as high as I would have liked it to hit. And with that pullback from Thursday, Friday, I think it's coming back and resisting. And so I think it's $60.03. $60.03 is a great buying opportunity this week for me. And I think by Friday, again, we talked about the market pulling back. I think by Friday, to be very conservative, 2%, 6% stretch by Friday, but definitely long-term hold for Tyson Foods. So $60.03 is where I'm going in this week. The MACD looks pretty good. Looks like a little bit of a gap in between these two lines. So it could be a more of a pullback opportunity with the momentum pulling down as well. So that's where I'm going this week with Tyson's Foods. It's $60.03. That's what you call out for Tyson's Foods.
For me, I got down.
Say it again.
For me, I got down 59.52.
59.52. Okay. What's your thoughts on Tyson's Foods?
I think long term you can't go wrong with it. They have a gap below that I'm concerned about, but overall, though, I got some marks set at 74, and upside target set at 74 and 83. In short term, I got 64. So I think.
No, go ahead. That's funny though.
But yeah, I did an excerpt on Tyson. I can send it to you, and you can probably put it on the channel.
Okay. Yeah, send it to me. I'll definitely post it on there. Get that going on there. So yeah. So that's funny you said the upside target. I got 75, 45 to 83 too on the upside. So definitely and then even for short-term upside, 68 easily. Got some uncovered manipulation here still on 65. So yeah, I think Tyson's it's not going anywhere. So all right. Appreciate that, man. That's good. I think 59.52 is a great price too, man. That's a really good price. All right. Next on the list is SM Energy. SM Energy comes in with a -2 trend, 32 cents on sale with a true value of $30.17. SM Energy is another company called out quite a bit this year, I believe. Yep. And so I can go through all the call outs for SM Energy, but here recently, Well, this one came down to price point really well in January 31st week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, just pretty much every day that week was a buying opportunity. It came up to price point, expected price point, pretty much every day that week. So a lot of buying and selling opportunity, short short percentage profits that week. Since then, though, we saw a big manipulation happen on SM Energy going into, we got the 16th, we got the 17th, and even the 22nd and the 23rd. And that's going right into the earnings report. So let's look at earnings report here. They actually beat their estimated earnings report by 8 cents. So still profitable company, strong company. They're giving out dividends of 15 cents per share. This one hit a low of 27.92 for the year on the earnings report call out. And again, a lot of buying opportunity coming up, and we see this volume kicking up high, buying it very cheap. A lot of people selling for whatever reason. I guess moving their money into other equities, but a lot of people are also buying at very cheap prices. I think at 28.02 this week, it's a great opportunity to get in. This line here you see on 29.53 was the support line going all the way back to the beginning of going all the way back to February of last year. So we see a great opportunity again this week. It's below the daily EMA. See the resistance here, which lets me know that there's an opportunity at 28.02. And by Friday, somewhere around 29.53 to about 30.94. That's about 10.8 to about 5 or 6% by Friday. So definitely see some pullback on the MACD and on the momentum, which is why I'm going in with 28.02. Wave count is at -2, so it's going to be a -3, probably more than likely going into March on the monthly. So still very, very, very cheap, great value stock, and way below where it wants to be. So that's my call out for SM Energy. It's 28.02. That's what your call out for SM Energy.
For me, I got down worst case 27.09.
Okay.
I was looking at the daily chart.
Is that your price point? 27.09?
Yeah, that's my price point.
All right. What's your thoughts on SM Energy?
This I think it's a tricky one, man. Like, because at 29.85, you could. I don't think that's a horrible price where it's at, currently.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't follow this one enough to say, like, because it went from 90 cents to 54, so it's tricky.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's go. Next on the list is Hasbro. The toy company Hasbro comes up at a -2 trend, $1.29 on sale. 57.72 is true value. Hasbro is a company I called out last week as well. So let's look at Hasbro real quick. I won't go over all the information since I just called it out last week. So I will say this week, let's look at last week real quick. It did come down on price point 1, 2, 3 times last week, and did not necessarily turn around to meet what I expect to be by Friday, because it just wasn't a fall in market last week as we expected. If you look at the MACD and we see the convergence divergence, it's really flat here. The volume's really flat from that standpoint, but we see the volume back early last week and the week prior was really high. And so we expect that is a great opportunity for the price to turn around at that point. We've got some uncovered manipulation at 59.12. And I think at 54.98, great price point to get in this week. Definitely hard to hold this one long term. I think by Friday, though, conservatively, 2.48% to 6.67% at 58.70. Sale price and 56.45 is pretty reasonable, but definitely long-term hold. Again, they are profitable and they are paying dividends. And so can't go wrong too much with Hasbro at 54.98 this week. Definitely had some great moves last week. A lot of buying opportunities last week. Definitely some more opportunities to average down and expect for this one to turn around here in the near future. So that's my call out for Hasbro this week is 54.98. That's what your call out for Hasbro.
I got down 52.12.
52.12. Any thoughts on Hasbro?
Not really. I think long term, you can't go wrong with it. That's like the entertainment, right?
Yeah, they got the TV shows. I think I got kids, so I mean, I think like Peppa Pig and a lot of I don't know like big popular TV shows, and of course toys and games and all that stuff. So I think Monopoly and pretty much every board game I think Hasbro makes, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah. I think you just gotta hold it.
okay.
I mean, finally, they're profitable. They give you 147 earnings per share, and their DPS they're paying dividends per share annually 280. So hey,
It's not bad. That these prices at $50-something, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. All right. Appreciate that insight. All right. Next on the list is come on down. Again, Clearfield. Company called out last week, fiber optic cable company, and trending at a -4 and 84 cents on sale. True value of $62.40. Let's go to the charts and I'll show you what I'm seeing in Clearfield this week. Not necessarily a good trending stock, but a great opportunity this week. So let's look at last week. Call Clearfield out and look at this one a little closer. Call Clearfield out at price point of $50.23. So we see it came down through that on Monday and pulled back up pretty strongly, and then reached where I expect to be by Friday, pretty much reached that price point, the low end, within a few days. So you're looking at, just from my price point, 3.35%, and then at the high on 2 days, about 6%. So nice pullback, did pretty much what I expect to do in a short, again, buying opportunity week. So with that being said, looking at 1 year, 1 day, going back, I'm going a little lower this week with Clearfield. I really like, again, another buying opportunity I'm seeing here. The MACD and momentum look really nice. I did resist on the 5-day EMA here. So I think it will come down, potentially support here at 58.04. It may actually support more likely on 60.10 before it pops up. But I'm going to go in with 58.04, trying to catch it at as low as I can, and expect by Friday somewhere around 60.67 at 2.4%, or 64.93 at 9.5%. Definitely could hold it longer, but I think by Friday you should be able to expect those percentage gains if you get in at 58.84. So definitely can't go wrong here with Clearfield. Again, I mentioned this one last week. Really great opportunity with this company. It is profitable, and can't go wrong with this one, I believe, at this price. So 58.84 is my call out for Clearfield. That's what's your call out for Clearfield this week.
I got down 60.36.
Okay. 36. Any thoughts on Clearfield?
It looks good. I don't know much about what they do. I know you just said they're profitable. Yeah, they are profitable though. Like
Yeah,
I don't see like so. I think for me, like once it can stay above the 18, that's when I'll get in comfortably. But starting a position at my price point, I think that's pretty good. Long term.
so pretty much summarizing real quick, they design, manufacture, and distribute fiber optic management, protection, delivery products for communication networks. And so anything in the telecommunications field. So we talk about, and we've talked about before, the how close a lot of the exchanges are to the stock market to beat the price points of retail traders. And so all that is using fiber optics. So faster the speed to communicate to the exchange, the faster the big time traders can outsmart us retail traders. So it's pretty important, obviously, from a global perspective for communication. So I'm not sure if they're number one in that field. Let me look at the website real quick, but definitely they're definitely in the game. Let's put it that way. So, as we get more into high tech, we talk about communicating electronically from cars to houses to all these smart devices. Fiber optic cables are going to be very, very important. So, all right.
That's good stuff.
All right. Anything else? I think that was the last one for the week. Let's see. Sorry, get back to. I got one more. Sorry about that. So I got 3 in this week on a short-term trade opportunity at -4 trend. $3.05 on sale. I mean, this is a great, great price point, and I'll show you why here in a second. True value of $110.85. So this one's way under price point where it should be. And let's go and look at 3M. And I've called this one out quite a bit this year already. Again, this is a great dividend company. We're looking at $1.49, $1.50. Very profitable company. They didn't meet earnings. They missed it by about was that 234 to 228. It's not too bad, but definitely this one's falling pretty hard. And 3M's a really good, well-known company. Everyone's probably using 3M products and don't even realize it. That's what came down to a low of the year of 106.76. Came down to support really and cover the manipulation. I'll show you real quick. It's really covering manipulation from all the way back in October 13th. And so that's the manipulation it's covering right now and just covered this past week. So now it's creating new manipulation. And so that's a great opportunity for me to say it's pretty much a go time. It's wanting to turn back around. We got uncovered manipulation all the way up to 111.91. We got uncovered manipulation all the way up to 116.41, going all the way back to 126.79. So a lot of opportunity here. This one's reached my price point pretty much every time I've called it out. Didn't necessarily exceed or meet my expected price point by Friday every week, but pretty close. And so with 106.97 this week, just off of a recent low of Friday of 106.76, definitely still a great buying opportunity. I think by Friday you can get out at 109.46 on the short term at 2.14%. Definitely potentially at 112.98 at 5.47%. And we see it's well below the daily EMA. So it's definitely not a lot of volume pulling in necessarily, but definitely losing price point on low volume. And so with high volume coming in, seeing these cheap prices, you'll definitely expect this, I think, this week to come back and be pretty profitable on a short-term basis. Definitely can still hold this one long term. I did put a short-term opportunity because of all the manipulation from last week. just if you want to get in and get out quick this week. But definitely, you still can't go wrong holding this one long term. So my call out for 3M is 106.97 this week. That's what your call out for 3M this week.
Honestly, I I think long term, I think if you can just get in now, I think you're okay. So
You going to market price? 107.80?
I don't want to save that until whatever price it is. As soon as it gets above this 8-day,
Okay.
so that's not like an exact price. I mean, you can put down 107 even for now for me, but I don't see any wrong. Like long term, I don't see any wrong. Like it's close to his 5-year lows.
Yeah.
It is. It's like
I hadn't looked at 5-year, but it's probably so.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It just made its 5-year low, like on on the 24th.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
If you go back 10 years, then it's 102.59.
102.59.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. I ain't seen a low here. For 10 years, I'm still seeing.
Oh, my fault. Excuse me. 101.91. Okay, that was on the monthly I was reading.
Okay.
Yeah, so 101.91 is the low. But that was 2013, man. Like,
yeah. It's been climbing, man. It climbed like crazy since then too. It stayed above that 180 SMA like for a while.
let's see, 2020. What did it do on 2020? Okay, yeah, it got pretty hammered 2020.
Yeah.
2019.
We know it's funny though. They were the masks were important and they make masks. And so it's funny that they didn't do well during COVID. That's
Well, I mean,
interesting.
they went to March 20th, they went to roughly about 113 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
And they went from 113 to, let's just call it 207. So, I mean, that's 81%.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
But over a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see. Get you a better. Yeah, about a year. 111 days, so over a year.
So you would say this price point right now is this is a sale. This is a good sale.
I think so. Like I wouldn't put my whole portfolio in it now, but yeah, I think it's definitely cheap.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's
They
it.
got options or not really. They option contracts those before.
You know what? I hadn't looked at their option contracts. I have no idea. Who knows what the options look like? Wouldn't be bad to look at though. Calls might be looking nice long term.
Right.
All right. Anything else before we end the video today?
No, that's all for me.
All right, man. I appreciate you joining me today, and thanks everyone else on for viewing the videos. Thanks to all the new subscribers lately, and appreciate you sharing the videos. And continue to share, like, and subscribe. And again, we're going to continue to bring the best information, the best value stocks that we can out there, and continue to watch the channel. And I appreciate you joining. Thank you.